Hi guys, I'm EP. In this video, we are going to see the next three chapters in our book show, The Learn to Earn. Okay, let's get started. Okay, in our first video, we have seen the preface of the book and the introduction, the company around us, and the chapter 1, that is a short history of capitalism. Now, in this video, we can see the chapter 2, 3, and 4, that is the basics of investing, the lives of the company, and the invisible hands. Okay. In the basics of the investing, at the first itself, Peter Lynch asked that invest now. What are you waiting for? Peter Lynch says that there is no certain time for investing. Start investing from today onwards. That is the first point Peter Lynch mentioned in the basics of investing. There is no better time to get into investing. That is the first point Peter Lynch says. Many people wait until they are 30s, 40s, and 50s to start saving money. But the people don't know that they are not getting any younger. Sooner or later, they will need extra cash for their retirement. As we are getting older, we also need to spend more money for our children's education, for our doctor bills, like that. So that Peter Lynch says, if you start investing from now, at your earlier stage, you may have a large corpus so that you can handle your day-to-day expenses in an easy way. That's how Peter Lynch says the importance of investing and saving our money. And Peter Lynch says that even if we can save $100, $200, $300 per month, that's enough at a starting level. And we should increase our savings and investing in a long period. Okay. And the second point Peter Lynch talks about is putting your money to work. It means that your money should not be ideal. Your money should work for yourself to generate a cash flow so that you can earn more money with the money itself. Okay. And Peter Lynch says that debt is saving in a reverse way. Please don't take debts to buy luxury items. Okay. Talking about putting your money to work, Peter Lynch says the basic 5 types of investment. They are, the first one is fixed deposit and or savings account, and the second one is bonds, and the third one is real estate or buying houses, and the fourth one is stock market. Okay, Peter Lynch classifies our investment into these types, and also Peter Lynch adds the antique type, that is by collecting the old products likewise. Okay, now let me give you an example that you are saving 2000 per month. Okay, and if you keep the 2000 as a cash itself, then the 2000 will not grow. If you put that 2000 in FD or a savings account, you will get a 6% of interest per annum. Okay, and if you put in a bonds, then the bonds may provide around 7 to 9%. Okay, the average returns in the real estate they are calculated is around 10%, but it may differ from the place to place. Okay, and in stock market the index average is around 12% in India. Okay, this is how your money will grow. Please don't keep your money as a cash format so that in the long term the money will not grow. The fourth important point Peter Lynch talks is investing for a long term. I will show you a picture that Peter Lynch mentioned in the book. That is, if you are saving a small amount of money from 20 years till 65, and for the same amount starting at the age 40, then you need to save a lot of money to end up to have the same money at the 65 years. Okay, the Peter Lynch says is you should have a long term view and start investing from now onwards. Okay, the Peter Lynch says the most important valuable asset we all got is time. Please don't waste it. Peter Lynch claims that any investing he is done, we should have a view of 20 years so that it is a long term view. We also need to be disciplined and patient. And Peter Lynch says that we should never aim to time the market. Peter Lynch talks about the mutual fund investing, that is index fund investing. If you are starting your investment journey, then start with the index funds. Okay, and then come to individual stock picking. In that also Peter Lynch says there are 4 types. That is, neighbor says and we buy the stocks, or if the broker says and if we buy the stock. And the important thing of all is our own research. Do our own research to buy our own stocks. And Peter Lynch says it is a fun and interesting thing to do in a life, making our money to work for ourselves and growing ourselves. Peter Lynch also advises us to study the evaluation of capitalism, and every company are running to make a profit only. If the company doesn't make a profit, please don't go near to the company. That is the Peter Lynch advice. Also Peter Lynch says some tips to capture the 12 bagger or 10 bagger stock. That is, the first one is a small company which is turning around to a big company, so that in the long run we may get a very huge profit out of it. And second one is a stable company, but at the short term due to any news, if the price falls, then we can go and buy the stock, so that in the long run the earnings will grow and our investment will grow also. Okay, these are all the points which is mentioned by the Peter Lynch in the basics of the investing. Okay, now let us see the third chapter, the lives of company. In this chapter, Peter Lynch talks how the small idea of a person becoming into a small business and becoming into the stock market, and from a small company to a medium company, and from a medium company to a large company. It is what Peter Lynch talks in the lives of a company. Okay, and Peter Lynch says that the growth potential of a young small company is larger than the large company, because let us consider if a company is selling 100 shoes per year, and it is easy to sell 200 shoes in the next year, so that their revenue may double. Likewise, the business expansion for a small business is large. They can go outside of the other country and sell their products and they can sell their products worldwide so that their revenue may grow in the long run. Peter Lynch says this is the advantage the smaller company has than the large company, so that while we are going to invest in a small company, we should be excited as well as we should be careful. And Peter Lynch advised the small companies with the less debt, that is a right company we should invest. In our previous videos, we have talked about the how the company is coming into share market and what is the primary market and what is IPO market and what is the secondary market and all. Please go watch that. Peter Lynch talked how the evaluation of the companies in the American stock market. I have simplified it and I have made a video about the evaluation of a company in the Indian stock market. Please go check that out. Okay, in the fourth chapter, Peter Lynch talks about the invisible hand. That is how rich people get richer and what they do to become richer. And Peter Lynch says that if you are seeing the Forbes top 100 richest people in 1980s, the wealth of the richer people will be an inherited one, that is from their father, from their father. Like that only the rich peoples are there until 1980s. But after 90s and 2000, the young entrepreneurs like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they are coming into Forbes magazine. The thing is, they are first generation entrepreneurs. Peter Lynch says, in an advanced modern developing nation, it is very possible that a first generation entrepreneur can become the world richest man. Peter Lynch also mentioned many stories of the entrepreneurs like Microsoft, Coke, and like that. And Peter Lynch says that many of the business ideas are started from the garage itself. And Peter Lynch says that if we have the advantage to find that type of business, then we should invest in that company. Peter Lynch mentioned many case histories and the company histories in the book. I'm just squeezing it and telling the important points which is mentioned by the Peter Lynch. I highly recommend you to read that so that you may get a very good clarification about what Peter Lynch says. To conclude this video, the main points Peter Lynch says is we should not waste our time. We should start saving our money and invest from today onwards. And Peter Lynch says the debt is a savings in a reverse way. So please don't acquire debt. And Peter Lynch says start investing in the stock market and invest in the index fund as well as do your own research and invest in the stock also. These are the important points that Peter Lynch mentioned in the chapter basics of investing, the invisible hands as well as the types of company. Okay. In the next video we can see the appendix 1 and 2 as well as the conclusion to the Learn to Earn book show. Till then stay tuned. Thank you for watching.